Intro music. Legendary financial and geopolitical cycle analyst Martin Armstrong says we're down to the wire with the 2024 election and the deep state Democrats are in full panic mode. But what does that mean for America's future? Are we looking at a false flag martial law, debt crisis, default, war, or all of the above?
They want war. There's no question about that. Lindsey Graham let it slip on Face the Nation a couple of months back. He mentioned a $10 to $12 trillion natural gas asset under Crimea, and he said, "We can't let Russia and China get that." This is just like Iraq. We went after oil. Now they're after natural gas.
Armstrong warns of the possibility of martial law.
I'm very concerned about martial law. The Supreme Court has hinted that martial law could be enacted when the courts are closed, justified under necessity. These neocons are desperate, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a false flag or something big right before the election.
And as tensions escalate globally with recent strikes by Israel on Iran and NATO's ongoing push against Russia, Armstrong warns about the looming threat of World War III.
NATO is basically a retirement home for neocons. It should have been shut down. Now they're talking about raising $100 billion to keep fighting Russia just in case Trump wins.
Despite the chaos, Armstrong's analysis shows Trump winning in a landslide. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris's approval rating has plummeted.
I ran the latest numbers on Kamala Harris with my Socrates program, and her approval is down to between 6.5% and 7.5%. Her negative coattails could mean big losses for Democrats down ballot.
On the economy, Armstrong explains the risks of America's debt Ponzi scheme.
The debt level doesn't matter. China holds 10% of our debt, and they sold $53 billion earlier this year. If no one buys what China isn't, we can't pay. That's when default hits. War gives them an excuse to reset and avoid paying up. Social Security, everything goes.
And Armstrong has a dire prediction for the 2024 election.
The 2024 election could be our last. The US might split into 3 or 4 sections. This is how governments die. People lose faith, gold spikes. Central banks stockpile it because they fear government defaults in wartime. Terrorism and lockdowns could be our future.
Outro music.